I live in Appalachian now because I choose to. And part of the choosing was because I was raised here. I was raised in Fort Gay, West Virginia, Wayne County. And I grew up there. I was mowing yards. And, you didn't have to go home until they called for you. You didn't have to worry about anything. No, you know, it was a pretty safe environment for a kid. And then I joined the Boy Scouts, and if you look right behind me, you can see my all my merit badges and things that I acquired. That was one of the best times in my life. Now, I've had a lot of exposure. I've been several places around the world, and I always come back to Fort Gay, Louisa area.
Being from Appalachia means to me being from a unique place with a lot of cultural significance and history. There's a lot of neat things that are starting to get recognized in this area, such as the unique art that's specific to this region. You know, music and unique cooking. There's a lot of good things that are important about being from here. The close community, strong family ties, good support. You know, there's a few negatives too, as with anywhere else. Education is not as good for the young ones. Jobs aren't as plenty as in other places, which I guess everywhere is hurting right now for jobs, but it seems a little harder to find a job around here. But you know, there are many positives and negatives, and it's nice to have good family ties and strong community support, and it's something to be proud of.
When Alli posed the question to me, what does it mean to be from Appalachia? Actually, the first thing that came into my mind was blessed. I feel blessed to be from Appalachia. I've never known any other upbringing other than being raised here, but it's a blessing, and I feel blessed that I was able to grow up here and to bring my children up here in this area, to be exposed to the people in this area are the best. They're the best. Our church is wonderful. We have wonderful friends there. Our community is loving. It's just a blessing to me to be able to live here and to have been raised here. To travel other places, which I've done a little of. I've tried to watch and observe and to soak in the atmosphere and the feeling of family, so to speak, where I've been. And I guess because I'm not from there, I can't really say that it's like us, but I'm always glad to come home. You know, the saying, there's no place like home. Well, that's the way I always feel when it's time for us to get to come home to Louisa, to the hills of the Appalachians. I had the opportunity to teach school, elementary school, for 26 years, and the children are the richest part of this county. They're beautiful. Their little hearts are so pure, and they're so sincere and genuine, and the people in this part of the country are so genuine, and those children bring that right into the classroom and just pour it right out to each other. And I've always told my husband that living in Appalachia is kind of like when you say your wedding vows. It's for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, till death do you part. And that is the way that my family and my friends and this community have been and are still. We're ready to help you in your time of need. We'll celebrate you with you during your times of celebration, and we'll mourn and grieve with you during your time of loss. If you need something, trust me, there's an outpouring of love, and whatever you need, people, strangers in the county that we don't even know, come to your aid. They're there. Our language, our rich language that we have, our tone, our voice, it's all part of of us. I had a mother-in-law that used more idioms, similes, metaphors. She spoke in those. It was part of her, and it lives on through us. And I am so thankful for that. I love that. And I want to pass that to my children, my grandchildren, my great-grandchildren if I get to live that long. Yes, we're poor in this county. It's a poor county, but we don't know we're poor because we don't know anything else. But we are all in this area, in this high school, given the opportunity to go on. We can go on to college. We can go on to vocational school. We can see what's out there and make our choices. That some of our children come back. They're doctors and lawyers and engineers and nurses and teachers and business people, pharmacists. My sister and I grew up in the local pharmacy here in Lawrence County. Our grandfather was the only pharmacist in Lawrence County, and he had the Lawrence Drug Store, and it was a hub for everything. We ran the streets. We didn't even know fear. We just ran up and down the streets. We knew all the business people in town. We were allowed to go and visit them as long as we were back in by dark, and they knew us by our first names. Were we afraid? No. We didn't have anything to be afraid of. It was just friendly and good. We lived in town. We didn't live out in the country. We lived in town. My husband calls me a townie, and we are. As far as townies go in this town, we do know everybody. We speak to everybody, and we're proud of what we are. We are proud people. The women in Appalachia are strong. We're strong women. We have to be strong. We're pretty tough, but we're also pretty tender. And I don't really think that I could live anywhere else in this beautiful country that I'm privileged to live in, a free country like this. But I don't really choose to live anywhere else except in these beautiful, rich in culture and natural resources, in the people here. I wouldn't want to live anywhere else. Yes, we have our troubles. Yes, drugs have moved in, but they've moved in everywhere. And we'll just have to tackle that as it comes. But I am proud to be from Kentucky. I'm proud to be from Appalachia. I love it here. I love it here. And thank you for the opportunity for allowing me to share that with you.
Being from Appalachia means a whole lot to me. It's where I've been raised, and my family was raised here, and it's my background, and it's full of a lot of culture and history, and anyone who hasn't had the time to experience it should really look into it. It's a great place to be. Being from Appalachia means to me, it means a whole lot because it's the only place I've ever lived and ever known, and I call it home, and I would never want to be anywhere else.
Being from Appalachia to me means strong family values. It means being raised in a Christian home all my life. That's where I've always been. It's where my family has always been, and I don't plan on leaving. It's beautiful, and if you haven't been here, I would recommend visiting at least.
I think for me, growing up here is it's mixed emotions, but I think the first thing you'll hear from everybody is pride. I've been all over the United States, and this area's got about as much pride as anywhere I've been. I think we battle a lot of stereotypes. Some of it's real. The cycle with welfare, the pain pills are really destroying a lot of things here right now. But that's the downside of it. The great side is I think you learn at a young age to work for everything, and I feel like I've had advantage when I went out into the work world. I haven't been handed anything. I think it's neat. They live a lot through their sports here. I coach football also, and see the town come together and rally around the kids is a neat thing. And I think more than anything is when times are tough, of all the places I've been, when times get tough, people pull together here as well as anywhere I've ever been. So I wouldn't trade it. I wouldn't trade the guys I grew up with and the family I had. My wife's from the city, and she talks about just how it's so much different here because everybody does everything with their family here, where in the bigger cities a lot of times they're with their friends, and I know they still do stuff with their families, but here they do everything with their families. So it's been a great experience growing up here. I think the biggest thing is this pride. Everybody's proud of where they came from. So.
Being from Appalachia, to me, I think that you have to think about the history of the area. As a teacher, I've taught every year. I'm always amazed when I read stories about the pioneers that came and what they had to go through and what they had to endure to make this home. And I think that that still rings true with the people that are here today. It's a different breed of people. I can't imagine raising my children anywhere else. I let them out at night in the evenings to play, and I know they're safe. I know there's a drug problem and there's poverty, but there's a different class of people here. It's not so much high class and low class. We're all Kentuckians. We're all Appalachians, and I think that makes us unique. And I think that God is present here. You see Him everywhere, and in the people especially. I think the people here are, their faith is enduring. And I think it's just a unique place. When worst comes to worst, you know who you can rely on, and that's those people from this area. Those people that fight for what they believe in. And I can't imagine living anywhere else. I have no desire to. I love it here. I'm glad my children are being raised here, and I hope they stay and make a difference in our home.
No way, heavenly day, heavenly day, heavenly day. No one at my shoulder, bringing me fears. Got no clouds up above me, bringing me tears. Got nothing to tell you, I got nothing much to say. Only I'm glad to be here with you on this heavenly, 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 heavenly day. Oh, all the trouble gone away. Oh, for a while anyway, for a while anyway. Heavenly day, heavenly day, heavenly day, heavenly day, heavenly day. Oh, heaven.
I just think I was very fortunate to have lived in Appalachia. I don't think I'd want to live anywhere else.
It's home.